What's up, guys? Welcome to Box to Box Football, and well, let's talk about my team, Arsenal. And you see me, I'm
Go on, you
smiling.
gooners. You
Listen,
gooners.
I'm actually smiling. I haven't smiled like this in a minute because Arsenal are on a 10-match unbeaten run, and yeah, everything's looking good. We went from being bottom of the table, 3 games gone, didn't score a goal. I think had a minus 10 goal difference or something like that, or like a -9 losing last game. Third game had a 5-0 loss to Man City. But since then, we have just been on this incredible run that has brought us all the way to wait. Let me just make sure what position we're in.
Okay,
Oh, wait, we've been on this incredible run.
Incredible run.
No,
That's been used very, very nonchalantly by you.
Okay. We've been on this fantastic run that has
run.
brought us to what 5th place, right? In the league, and it's not after like 1 or 2 games, Jack. We're 11 games in right now, so the table kind of takes shape. So wherever you are is wherever you are for a reason, and like the fact that we're only 2 points off Liverpool, 6 points off Chelsea, it's not bad. Now I'm not saying Arsenal are going to win the league or anything like that, but from where we were at the start of the season, I remember I made this wild comment saying that this was our transfer window was as bad as the season that we didn't sign any outfield players, and the fact that I'm eating my words right now, I'm eating my words right now. I'm really happy for that because I believe, first of all, every Arsenal fan should be wanted to be proved wrong. The fact of writing your Arteta in or like your Arteta out, your main objective is for Arsenal to be successful. And it has to be successful no matter who's in charge. Now, Arteta's doing a good job right now. The recruitment seems to have worked. Ramsdale has proven me wrong big time. Tavares has been fantastic since he's came in. Ben White, I still think it was very, very expensive. I don't think he was worth that. He's been a good addition since he's came in there. Tamiyasu, absolutely sensational since he's come in. The recruitment overall has just seemed to work. Smith Rowe and whatever, like we'll get into that. But it just feels like Arteta's found something right now that seems to be working. But Jack, where do you think Arsenal's expectations should be for the season now?
I think that Arsenal's expectations for the season, again, should be in and around where, I kind of always thought they should be. I still believe playing decent football, playing average football for what the team is capable of, that this Arsenal team are still, anywhere between 7th and 9th. I think that's totally fair. I think what we're seeing here is a purple patch of form. This is what happens from time to time. I'm just checking here in terms of the form table over the last 3 games. There are only 2 teams who've won their last 3 games in a row, and those are West Ham United and those are Arsenal. Those are the 2 teams over the last 3 games who've gotten maximum points. If you go back 1 game further, 3 games and a draw, Arsenal are there with Chelsea, and I believe that's it. So realistically, form over the last 3 games is better than Man City's. Form over the last 4 games is better than Man City's. So in terms of getting points in, they're doing very, very well. But I think, again, this is always the classic thing. Arsenal, what happens when you lose a game that you shouldn't lose? Do the same comments come back? Now, I agree with everything you said. I think the recruitment has been spot on this year. I think that in the areas where I feel like you definitely needed players, that's happened. The faith shown to Emil Smith Rowe, the faith shown to Bukayo Saka, rightly so, is rewarding you immensely. Emil Smith Rowe, James, I'm not going to lie to you. I thought this was just another talented, somewhat technically gifted academy kid. He's proven me wrong at the moment. I wasn't super high on him. He's proven me wrong. I think you and Rumi have both been super high on him. I was a little bit like, I need to see more. I'm seeing more. So I'm just saying, we've got a team now that's playing good football, solid consistency, strung a few wins together. But I know it's unbeaten and all this kind of stuff, but this is not some crazy, crazy run that's currently been on at the moment. And if we look at the fixtures, I'm just going to get these up real quick because you look at some of the results here. The Leicester results, great. But have Leicester been terrific this year? I don't think so. The Villa game, okay, good. again, draw to Palace, draw to Brighton. Beating Watford is great, but by 1 goal. Watford had 10 men. Coming up, Liverpool. 2 games after that, Manchester United.
No, Jack. Watford had 10 men in the 88th minute, so they played.
Okay,
they only played 2 minutes for like 10 men.
But still, Watford and only at home and only a 1-0 win.
But also, we dominate, Jack. We really dominated that game. We missed a penalty, had tons of chances to really kill them off. That was genuinely unfortunate.
That's fine, but again, a devastating loss to Liverpool on Saturday, the 20th of November, the evening game, the Saturday evening game. Do the conversations come up? Do we start hearing the same old stuff that we always hear, James? We overextended. We got too hyped about it. Then maybe there's a victory against Everton, and then maybe a loss to Manchester United. Oh, we can't win the big game. Arteta out again. I just think it would be so classic of the Arsenal fan base to string a few wins together, wins that they should have gotten, then lose a couple games that they should lose, and then the whole thing crashes and burns again.
Okay. The first things first. If you take away, it's all right. If you take away the first 3 games of the season, Arsenal technically top of the table right now, a point ahead of City. But
not the way the table works, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I mentioned fantastic form. The fact that we'll be top of the table after our last 8 games. But the one thing I got to say from this whole thing is that Arsenal fans, we need to manage our expectations right now. Don't get too high and don't get too low.
Perfect, James.
We should just stay. We should just stay where we are right now and see where this season takes us. You mentioned about the expectations of 7th to 10th or something like that, Jack. I look at teams like Tottenham. I look at teams like West Ham. I look at teams like Leicester. West Ham have been playing fantastic. Arsenal can't outdo these teams this season. Arsenal can't finish in between the 6th to the 4th place position. Now let's see what happens with like Manchester United and the woes that they're having. But there is a chance for Arsenal to really break into that top 6 this year. Why, Jack? We have no European football throughout the whole season. We just have a league game to concentrate on week in and week out. And the one thing I don't want is to be no excuses this year. I still have a bad image in my head of what happened in the Villarreal game last year and what happened throughout the whole of last season. That has not changed. What I want from Arsenal is not to put me together a 10-game unbeaten run. I wanted to put in a whole season unbeaten, if possible, but just a consistent season where I can really say that, okay, we've kind of turned a corner. Because, as you said, Jack, this may just be a purple patch, and we may go back to what we've seen before. Because it's not like they'll get it twisted. A lot of these, a few players, a few positions have changed, but a lot of players have stayed the same.
Right.
These are still the same players that can go on this mad tear where we might not win a game for the next 10 or so matches.
Right.
But what I want to see from us right now is to keep this consistency going.
Yes.
Can we maybe do like Liverpool from 2013-14? Maybe not win the league, but show the consistency level where our eyes is on one fixture throughout the week, and let's grind out and let's see where we are. Because Jack, as we see in this Premier League this year, no one is invincible. Man City aren't invincible. Chelsea aren't invincible. Liverpool, who we just seen, have just been beaten.
James, look at the mindset that you just laid out there is perfect. Perfect. Look at David Moyes' comments over the weekend. We can't compete with Liverpool. We're not going to win the league. On a 1-game basis, we can beat Liverpool, and they did. They won 3-2. I'm just saying my one thing, and I think you and I agree here, so there's not much room for kind of disagreement. Antonio Conte and Spurs, they're going to come at some point. I'm not doubting Antonio Conte. They're going to spend some money in January. Who knows what will happen? Everton, Rafael Benitez, and some of the talent they have there, they're going to make a move at some point. Leicester City somehow find themselves in 12th. There's way too much talent in that team. Brendan Rodgers is far too good of a coach to allow that to continue. Wolves, okay, maybe a bit lucky there. Manchester United, whether it's with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or whether it's with somebody else, these teams are going to come at some point. And that, like you said, to me, 7th to 9th is about where Arsenal are at the moment. Finish 6th, finish above expectation, it will be the first time for me in a very long time that Arsenal have finished above expectation for me. That would be a win this year. If I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm 5th or 6th, I'm ripping your arm off. And I know that's not what you want to hear, but Rome wasn't built in a day. If you're trying to get back to where you were, it's going to take a long time.
But Jack, let me just give you a few things that I'm beginning to like with this Arsenal team. First of all, the goalkeeper and defensively, I think we're like number one in terms of clean sheets.
I think you're right.
What Ramsdale has been able to do. What Ramsdale has been able to do with the back three of Gabriel and Ben White and Tomiyasu and Tierney and like Tavares has been fantastic. This might be one of the best back fours we've had, or back five we've had since probably Sol Campbell, Jens Lehmann, and Kolo Touré. Generally, it's that strong. Generally, it's that strong defensively. And I'm happy what we're seeing, but not just like the back four. I think the whole team in general. At times, I don't like the way how we drop 2 back, and like I feel like when teams really get on top of us, like a Man City, that is going to be a problem because we're going to struggle to get out. But another thing I'm also impressed with is the fact that in the first time in a long time, Arsenal are taking advantage of set pieces. We're scoring a lot from corners now, and like the fact that we brought in a set piece coach, and like I did criticize them, the fact that we were conceding from set pieces, but now we're scoring from set pieces. That's a big part of the game, and like we're using it to our advantage. But the one thing that I just want to bring into consideration, and I want to see Arsenal change, is Arsenal's second half performances. Because yes, against Watford, it was good that we were able to win the second half. But one thing I see from Arsenal is that it's always a nice sharp start, but in the second half, we don't seem to rekindle what we do in the first half. And like we seen the game against Crystal Palace, where good first half, but we kind of let Crystal Palace grow into it. And like the second half, they just scored 2 goals like that. Against Leicester, we were fantastic in the first half. Second half didn't really kick on. Tottenham, we lost the second half. I want to see Arsenal be able to put 2 halves together and be strong. The fact that we're on just like goal difference wise, we're 0. It like tells me the fact that we're doing well in the first half, but second half we're not taking advantage and really hurting teams. So that's something that we're gonna have to look at long term, because you just can't put one half together, and especially the first half. The second half is probably even more important than the first half. So that's something that we need to consider and take care as a team.
Quickly as well, because I know obviously we'll finish up here shortly. Shout out to speaking of Arsenal, shout out to our guy Mr. Vieira. 6 games unbeaten with Palace. Got him in 11th. I know this is the manager that I think, obviously apart from Mikel Arteta, this is the manager I think James and I are rooting for most this year. 6 games unbeaten, mid-table with this Palace team. That is an unbelievable achievement if you look at where they were at the start of the season.
Do you know what? I'll be rooting for Palace in every single game, bar 2 games. And like one of them, he already basically one of them he already upset me. But I'm so happy for Vieira, and I'm just gonna say Vieira, oh. But guys, just leave it there. Arsenal fans, tell me what you think right now. Can Arsenal finish in the top 4? What do you guys expect from this season? Were we wrong about Mikel Arteta? Comment down below, guys.
Also, just very, very quickly too, I know we've got a lot of Spurs fans in the subscribers and who watch these videos. Spurs fans, Arsenal finishing above you this year? What are we saying? It feels that way, doesn't it?
Jack, I don't even care about finishing above Tottenham. We finished above Tottenham for 25 years straight. It's Tottenham, man. Get over it, guys. Box to Box Football. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you next time.